A wire was cut and two-thirds of it was bent to form a square. The remaining length of the wire was bent to form a rectangle. The area of the square was 36 centimetres squared. And we're asked, what was the length of the wire at first? Now, if you haven't done the last couple or you're not sure about area and perimeter and all of those things, then maybe you need to do the previous couple of questions. But as with any maths word problems, but again, especially ones about geometry in any way, you really have to think about all of the maths words, the special math terms that are being used, to think about what does that mean and how does what I know about these things help me use the information I'm given. Right, let's just start. So we've got a wire, okay? And I think that we could just draw a wire. Here's a wire, all right? And what am I doing? I'm cutting this in, and we're using thirds. So if we imagine that that's, let's say that's 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Okay, this is the whole length of the wire. And it says that the wire was cut and 2/3 of it was was bent to form a square. Okay, so let's say that's where it was cut. And these 2/3, so this is 2/3, all right, was bent to form a square. So, all right, I'm using pink and I know that that wire's black. Don't worry about it. So imagine this is the square. Okay. Now think about what's happening here. This wire has been used to form, what do we call this outside line? The perimeter of the square. Okay. So this has formed the perimeter of this square. Okay. The remaining length of wire was bent to form a rectangle. So this remaining third of wire, okay, was bent to form a rectangle. Okay, imagine that's the rectangle. Right. It says the area of the square was 36 centimeters square. Right, okay, so that's the area. And you need to think, how do we calculate area and how does that help me? Because I'm asked to figure out the length of the wire. Okay, so if the area of this square is 36 centimeters, well, area is length times breadth. Okay, and the area of a square, well, if the length and the breadth are the same, because what we know about a square is that all the sides are the same. So the area we're given as 36. We know that the same number multiplied by itself gave us 36 centimeters squared. So what number times itself gives us 36? Well, that is 6. 6 times 6 equals 36. So we know that each of these sides here is 6 centimeters. Okay, so how does that help us? Well, if we know that these are 6 centimeters, remember we're trying to find out the length of this wire. Well, 2/3 of the wire, of the length of the wire, was used to form the perimeter of this square. And we now know that that perimeter is 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. Of course, 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 is the same as 4 times 6. And 4 times 6 is 24. And this is going to be 24 centimeters. So we know that these 2/3 here, all right, so from here to here is 24 centimeters. This is 2/3, this is 2 parts, all right, we can split that into 2 parts. So 24, if we divide that by 2, that gives us 12 centimeters. We know that each of these thirds is 12 centimeters. So this bit here is 12 centimeters. And what are we asked to do? Well, we're asked for the entire length of the wire, and it's up to you what you do. You can simply add 24 and 12, which I think would be the easiest thing to do. So we've got 24, add 12, gives us 36 centimeters, which is our final answer. But we also could have thought, well, this is, if 12 centimeters is equal to 1/3, I can multiply 12 by 3 to get my final answer, which of course would be the same. Okay. All right. So I think that was quite a neat little puzzle. It was actually quite easy, I think, in the end.